Welcome back to Views with Hughes, Culture and News. This is Jerome Hughes. Now, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, as you all might have heard, Anthony Mackie, the Black Captain America, made some comments that have a lot of people just raising an eyebrow. Okay, so Anthony Mackie is stepping into, as you all know, some big shoes. And let me tell you, it's not sitting right with a lot of folks who value what Captain America it represents and stuff, myself included. But speaking of what it represents, Anthony Mackie has been out here saying that Captain America isn't about representing America like the country itself, but is more of a symbol for humanity as a whole. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a pause right here. I'm going to go ahead and play the video clip for some of y'all in case you haven't heard it. So here we go. Okay. All right, look, I get it. I really do. Anthony Mackie is trying to appeal to a global audience, okay? Trying to make the character feel inclusive to everyone. That's fine and dandy, but the thing is, Captain America isn't just a symbol. He's an American symbol. Clues in the name, people. Okay, so let's be real here. Anthony Mackie needs to understand that Captain America represents the best of what this country strives to be: freedom, courage, integrity. He's not about tearing anyone down. He's about lifting people up. But let's not fool ourselves right here. This dude wears the stars and the stripes for a reason. He's supposed to stand for the ideals that make America. Okay. Now, Anthony Mackie's comments seems to basically miss that entirely, and you don't want to water that down just because you're worried about just simply upsetting some global audiences. Okay. But the fact of the matter remains, and here's what I think a lot of folks are feeling frustrated with Anthony Mackie's take. First and foremost, I'm starting to think that Anthony Mackie might have been sent out there by either Bob Iger or Kevin Feige, someone else from, the MCU and stuff, to go ahead and just put these kind of statements out there in a different country. Now, Anthony Mackie's take is frustrating a lot of people. You see, Hollywood and Disney in particular have been on this trend lately for years, where they're taking established characters and basically definitely just reshaping them to fit into this Baltimore sanitized global narrative. And don't get me wrong, I get why Anthony Mackie and the studios are doing it. Money talks. You see, they want to rake in cash from as many markets as possible. But guess what? You don't have to sacrifice what makes a character unique and meaningful to do that. Okay, you don't have to do that at all. See, Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, Captain America was unapologetically American, and people from all over the world still love them. Why? Because when America's at its best, we're a beacon of hope and freedom, not just for us, but for everybody. You see, people admire that. They look up to it. And Anthony Mackie doesn't need to go ahead and strip away Captain America's American identity to make him relatable. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Anthony Mackie, okay? I think that, Anthony Mackie is a talented guy, and I think he could bring something, well, I don't know about bringing something fresh to the role, but comments like this, it's like Anthony Mackie is just simply downplaying what makes Captain America special in the first place. And honestly, it's not just about the movies. It's about the broader cultural message here, okay? Now, are we so afraid of being proud of our country that we have to go ahead and rebrand one of the most iconic heroes? Apparently, this is what Anthony Mackie is doing. I mean, we've got a real problem here. And this isn't just about Anthony Mackie and his comments on Captain America, but it's simply about the idea that patriotism and pride in your country have somehow become a bit of a taboo. And that's not the America that we've all grown up with. Now, look, I get it. No country is perfect. You see, America has made its share of mistakes, but you know what? That's a part of the journey. You see, we're a nation of people striving to go ahead and do better to be better. And guess what? Captain America isn't about, pretending that we're perfect. He's about reminding us of what we can achieve when we come together. That's what Anthony Mackie should have been leaning into with this role. Now, this whole idea of Captain America goes back to World War II. He wasn't just, some sort of generic hero fighting for vague concepts of good and evil. No, he was simply fighting for freedom, for liberty, for the American way of life. That's not something to shy away from or dilute just because it might not align with some sort of modern corporate woke agenda. You see, Anthony Mackie, as the Black Captain America, has the opportunity to go ahead and to remind people of this particular history. But did he go ahead and do that? No. And let me be clear. This isn't about, excluding people. Captain America's values, which are honesty, bravery, standing up for the little guy, those are the universal values right there. They resonate with people from all walks of life, from every corner of the globe. But what makes Captain America unique is that he actually embodies those values through the lens of being an American. And see, Anthony Mackie's version of the character should just go ahead and simply celebrate that, not distance himself from it, okay? But let's be real here. When Anthony Mackie starts talking about Captain America being for humanity and not America, we lose something important. It's not just about entertainment. It's about culture itself. It's about the stories that we tell ourselves all the time and the values that we pass on to the next generation. Something that Anthony Mackie should have understood. And I think a lot of people feel that Hollywood has been chipping away at these values for a while now. Now we've seen it in how franchises are being handled, how beloved characters are being reimagined, and how messages are being framed out there. You see, it's like there's this big fear of embracing anything that feels unapologetically patriotic. And see, Anthony Mackie's recent comments are just the latest example of this trend. But why? Why is it? Why do we need this? What are we so scared of? You see, Anthony Mackie's comments might not seem like a big deal to some people, but they're a big part of a larger trend. Excuse me. It's this idea that we have to downplay or even erase America's identity to go ahead to appeal to a broader audience and stuff. But let me tell you this, that's not the way to do it. And also, I'm pretty sure that this is being done just to go ahead and stir up more interest for the global box office and everything, because guess what? This movie is not gonna do what domestically, and they already know that. But if anything, Anthony Mackie's Captain America, or Black Captain America as we call it, should be a character that brings people together, not by becoming bland and generic, but by showing the best of what America can be. Now, the world doesn't need another generic superhero who stands for different vague ideals. Now, the world needs heroes who actually stand for something real, something grounded. And Anthony Mackie had a chance to bring that to life, but only if he stays true to the character, okay? And think back to this, though. Steve Rogers' Captain America resonated with audiences worldwide because he was authentic. He wasn't perfect, but he was principled. He had great principles and morals and values. He wasn't about politics. He was about the people. That's what made him relatable, not just in America, but everywhere. And Anthony Mackie should lean into that authenticity rather than step away from it, okay? And it's plain and simple. And guess what? I think that's where That's what a lot of fans are afraid of losing with this new direction. But guess what? When you start saying that Captain America isn't about America, you're not just changing the character itself. You're actually changing the message itself. And for what? To chase a few extra bucks at the box office? To go ahead and avoid the vocal minority of people who might not even care about the character in the first place. You see, Anthony Mackie and the people at Disney and Marvel Studios need to think carefully about this, okay? But let's be real. I'm gonna be real with you. I want Anthony Mackie's Captain America to succeed. I want Anthony Mackie to bring something fresh to the role, even though I know it won't happen. But I also want the character to stay true to his roots, because when you strip that away, if you strip away what makes Captain America unique, you're left with just another bland superhero. And we've got plenty of those already, okay? But the thing about Captain America is that he's more than just a hero in a costume. He's a symbol. But symbols only work if they mean something. If you take away the meaning, you're left with nothing. Okay, now Anthony Mackie has a chance to go ahead and make sure that meaning stays intact. Okay, so that's why it's so important to get this right, because let's be honest, Captain America isn't just a character on the screen or even in the comic books. He's a reflection of who we are, or at least who we strive to be. And Anthony Mackie has the potential to keep that particular notion alive. So we don't need a Captain America. No, we don't need a Captain Humanity. We need Captain America, a hero who stands tall with that shield, representing everything this country can and should be. Now, Anthony Mackie, if he's listening to this, I doubt he is. Let's not lose sight of that, okay? So, yeah, what do you all think about this? Is Anthony Mackie missing the mark here, or am I just a bit too old-fashioned? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts or details you might have in this particular topic. If you enjoy what was shared in this video, go ahead and smash the like button, share the video far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, you enjoyed all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. So then, peace.